Today class we are going to discuss about maximum shear strain energy theory. So here the maximum shear strain energy theory, these are always same like that of previous one, but this theory due to the Mises and Henke. So that's why we call it as a Mises Henke theory. So in this theory, what they are saying, this theory explain, we call also called as the energy of distortion energy. Energy of distortion theory. So this theory also we call it as a energy of distortion theory. So according to this theory, a failure of the material will occur when the total shear strain energy per unit volume, total shear strain energy per unit volume in the stressed material reaches a value to the shear strain per unit volume at elastic limit in simple tension. This is a theory where we are going to discuss about the values. So from this, it is saying the total shear strain energy per unit volume, it reaches a value, the shear strain per unit volume at the elastic limit in the simple tension. So now first we have to calculate the total shear strain energy. The total shear strain energy is due to the unit volume, due to the principal stresses sigma 1 and sigma 2, it is 1 by 12C into, this is the direct formula, sigma 1 minus sigma 2 whole square plus sigma 2 minus sigma 3 whole square plus sigma 3 minus sigma 1. This is the total shear strain energy. So now we have to calculate the shear strain energy. We know already at the elastic limit the tensile stress is sigma T star. So what happens? The principal stresses are sigma T star comma 0 comma 0. That is this is sigma 1, sigma 2, sigma 3. Now I will calculate the shear strain energy. The shear strain energy per unit volume at the elastic limit equal to 1 by 12C into sigma T star minus 0 whole square plus 0 minus 0 whole square minus 0 minus sigma T star square whole square. So what happens? 1 by 12C into 2 into sigma T star square. Okay. This is the equation we got from the shear strain energy. So for the failure of the material, what it is saying, so when the failure of the material occurs, the total shear energy per unit volume in the stressed material reaches the value shear strain energy per unit volume at the elastic limit. So now I will equal both equation. I will write here 1 by 12C into sigma 1 minus sigma 2 whole square plus sigma 2 minus sigma 3 whole square plus sigma 3 minus sigma 1 whole square greater than or equal to 1 by 12C into 2 sigma T star square. This is the condition where we have to follow. Then only there will be a failure will occur as per the maximum shear strain energy theory. Okay. For suppose if it is a what happens if you take in the two-dimensional system, there will be a equation we have to write from that sigma 3 is 0. So what happens? I will write again 1 by 12C into, please listen carefully here. So 12C cancel here. Sigma 3 is 0. So what happens? Sigma 1 minus sigma 2 whole square plus sigma 2 whole square. Why? Because sigma 3 is 0. Again sigma 3 is 0. That's why it is sigma 1 whole square equal to sigma T star square. So A minus B whole square, sigma 1 square plus sigma 2 square minus 2 sigma 1 sigma 2 plus sigma 1 square plus sigma 2 square equal to sigma T star square. This one sigma 1 2 times, sigma 2 and sigma 2 is 2 times, this is also 2 times. So take 2 common, sigma 1 square plus sigma 2 square minus sigma 1 sigma 2 equal to sigma T square. So this one is a 2. 2 to cancel, you will get like this. This one when you take in the two-dimensional path. So now we will solve one problem, then you will get easy, you will understand clearly. Okay. Yes, already you people done lot of times, but anyway again and again I am explaining here the problem. If sigma 1 equal to 200, sigma 2 equal to 100, sigma 3 equal to minus 50. These are all Newton per mm square. So sigma T star we know already 200, mu equal to 0.3. So please calculate and whether the failure of the material will occur or not as per the maximum shear strain energy. Maximum shear strain energy theory. So from this what we have to do? First you have to calculate the total shear strain energy per unit volume due to principal stresses sigma 1, sigma 2 and sigma 3. Okay. The formula is we know 1 by 12c into sigma 1 minus sigma 2 whole square plus sigma 2 minus sigma 3 whole square plus sigma 3 minus sigma 1 whole square. Again 1 by 12c into sigma 1 we know 200 minus sigma 2 is 100 whole square. Again sigma 2 is 100, sigma 3 is minus 50 whole square plus minus 50 minus 200 whole square. So please calculate and tell me the answer. 1 by 12c into how much this value we will get? Yeah, please calculate.
95,000.
How much?
95,000.
95,000. Anyone answer? Apart from Obul Reddy. So 95,000 by 12c. Okay, next. Now we have to calculate the shear strain energy per unit volume is 1 by 12c into 2 into sigma T star square. 1 by 12c into 2 into 200 square. How much? Please tell me. Yeah, Obuladi, please don't respond. I will ask someone. Pujita, 19 series 115. Please tell me the answer here. Are you there, Pujita? Pranay Kumar? Okay, you people are not responding. Anyone please respond? Tell me the answer. Yeah, Pujita, please tell me the answer here. How much value we get here? 1 by 12c I taken common. 2 into 200 square. How much? The value is 80,000. How many people responded? Yes, Aishwarya. Good. Good work. Yes. Thank you. So The total strain energy, how much we got here? 95,000, and here we got 80,000. So 95,000 by 12C is greater than or equal to 80,000 by 12C. So what happens is the failure will occur or not? So if the condition is reaches the value here, so the failure will occur. So this is the maximum shear strain energy theory. And the value, whatever we discussed till now, we will calculate one more problem, the diameter of the bolt problem. We done lot of times. Anyway, I will explain a little bit, and you will do as per the maximum principal strain energy theorem, as per maximum shear strain energy theory. You will calculate yourself. What is that? We know already the P value 9,000 newtons, F value is 4,500, and sigma T star is 225 Newton per mm square. Factor of safety is 3 and mu value is 0.3. So from this data, you people already done lot of times, especially for the calculation. So here first we calculated sigma T. It is sigma T star by factor of safety. So this one 225 by 3, we got 75 Newton per mm square. After that, what happens? We calculated the sigma value and also tau value. How we calculated sigma? Load by area, pi d square by 4. So P value we know, that is a 9,000 into 4 by pi d square. So finally we got 11,459 by d square. And tau value, how we calculated? F by 5 by 4 d square. F value they given already 4,500 into 4 by pi d square. So we get 5729.5 by d square. These two values already you people done a lot of times. And now, how you people calculated the maximum principal stress and the minimum principal stress? Sigma 1 and also sigma 2. The sigma 1 and sigma 2 from the yesterday class you people done like this. Okay, sigma by 2 minus sigma by 2 whole square plus tau square. Now the sigma value we know how much, 11,459 by d square. At the same time we know the tau value, that is a 5729.5. So we substitute both in these two equations. How much we got? This one I got 13,832.5 by d square, and this one minus 2373.5 by d square. Newton per mm square. Newton per mm square. These two are most important thing. And one important thing I told you already, when sigma 3 is 0 in the two-dimensional system, the formula as per the theory is sigma 1 minus sigma 2 whole square, sigma 2 minus sigma 3 whole square, sigma 3 minus sigma 1 whole square equal to 2 sigma t square. This is the formula. This value is sigma 3 is 0, and sigma 1 we know, sigma 2 we know. Those are sigma 1 is this one and sigma 2 this one. So once these two values, if I substitute in this case, definitely I will get the diameter of the bolt. Anyway, I will substitute here. Please wait for 1 second. I will write clearly. So if I substitute like this, finally the D value I got 14.217 mm. So this is the